everybody, we are back. I know it's been a long time. It's been, like a month since we released a video.
Yeah, a long time.
We're done our break. We filmed a whole lot of episodes while we were gone, so we're going to be releasing those again once a week going forward. Every Thursday is Spike Feeder's new episode day.
Is it Thursday? The third day?
Oh, God. Yeah, the third day.
Okay, good.
One day. So, today we've got a special episode because it's our season premiere. What we did was we actually put up a poll on our Patreon, and we allowed our $5 patrons and up to vote on which commanders we're going to use for the season premiere. These are actually all decks that we wanted to give another shot because they're sweet decks, but they didn't get to do their thing in previous episodes. So we each picked 2 decks and had the patrons vote on which decks they wanted to see us play. So these are the 4 decks. I'm going to start off in turn order. I'm playing Momir Vig, Simic Visionary. This is Hackball, again, like one of my favorite lists of all time.
And I'm playing the Kyranos, God of Storms, Thousand Year Storm deck.
Kyranos.
God of
Kyranos.
Kyranos.
Thousand Storms. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it last time. We just kind of like started spinning its wheels at some point, so we're going to try to redeem it.
Well, we're not. Janice.
I'm going to try to make it not win another time.
Yes.
And to do so, I'm hoping to go faster than he is, because I'm playing the Speedy Hedgehog Man, Grenzo, Dungeon Warden. It's a little bit of cheating on the redemption kind of thing, because it's not the budget list that I did lose with originally, just in order to keep up with the table. This is my budget list.
Budget lists.
Budget lists.
Bill, what are you playing?
I am playing Selvala Brostorm. Hopefully I will not get countered and wheeled out of the game this time, but it will likely still happen.
Yeah,
so I guess we'll just have to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Okay, so with that, I'm going to start us off. I am going to draw a card. I would like to play a Verdant Catacombs. And I will crack it, going to 39. I'm going to get this Tropical Island. And I'm going to tap it for blue and cast Mystic Remora. And I'll pass the turn.
Why is it always James?
Alright.
Why is it always Mystic?
Let me draw this card. Well, I'll play a Polluted Delta. I'm going to crack this Polluted Delta, go to 39. I'm going to get this Volcanic Island. I'm going to tap it to cast a Soul Ring. I'm not paying 4.
Draw card.
Oh,
Feeding
no.
the fish!
Tap Soul Ring for a Grim
Ooh,
Monolith.
draw card?
Draw card.
Ha
Pass turn.
Okay, I'm gonna draw a card. Yeah, I mean,
I feel like I know what's going to happen.
I'm gonna play this Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. Don't get excited, except do get excited. I'm gonna cast this Chromatic
I'm gonna
Star.
draw this
I'm gonna pass the turn.
Alright, I'll
Just
draw.
this Ancestral Recall.
Just this easy Ancestral Recall. I'm going to play this Cavern of Souls, naming it Elf. And I'm going to cast this Elvish Mystic, which is in fact an elf.
Wait, elves are creatures, right?
Elves are creatures,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
I will then pass the turn.
Tribal enchantment elf.
I'm going to untap. Do we think that we're like done with the artifacts? Probably not. I'm
probably-
not going to pay for it.
Okay.
3 cards is fine.
Ancestral Recall.
Draw
Sorry,
cards,
speed
free.
Ancestral.
I'm going to play this Botanical Sanctum as Tropical Island Numero Dos.
It's pretty good.
It's not bad.
I'd play
It should be
that.
expensive.
Then I'm going to play a Mana Crypt.
Mm.
And then I'm going to play an All Rod.
Okay, that's pretty good. You guys got got.
I'm going to cast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to cast I'm going to pass the turn.
Alright.
Oh,
I'm gonna cast the
I'm gonna
turn.
cast past the
Cast
turn.
the turn.
Cast the turn.
Play an
From Jan's
island.
head shake, I assume he drew an artifact.
I'm going to cast Faithless Looting.
Yeah, man.
So I'm going to discard Chrome Mox and Flusterstorm.
I bet you he drew that Chrome Mox this turn.
I bet
was
you
the head
I
shake.
drew that Chrome Mox this
Mox
turn.
dead.
Pass turn.
I'm going to untap. I'm going to draw for my turn. Interesting, actually. I'm going to play an Ancient Tomb, and I'm going to cast Demonic Tutor.
I got Elliot at 38.
All right, Elliot.
Wow, I'm
hang on.
tapping
Yeah,
it for
you
a
can
black,
tap for a black.
with Urborg.
With the Urbor.
Oh!
To you?
I
To
got
you?
Elliot at 40.
I got
Yes,
Elliot
please.
at 38.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, he didn't say what mode
Yeah,
he was
that's
choosing.
true.
I would like to not be dumb about it. Actually, it might not. No, yeah. I would like to tap it for a black.
No, I would like to be done with that.
Yeah, I would like to.
Okay, yeah, do
Yeah,
it.
you got
Demonic
it.
Tutor.
Do it, man.
Alrighty, I'm gonna get this card to my hand. You guys don't get to see, but they might have seen. It'll depend how well I did that. I'm gonna pass the turn.
All right, I'm gonna untap, draw a card. I'm gonna play this forest, and then tapping Cavern of Souls for a green with its second mode, and not for a black with the Urborg mode. I'm gonna cast Selvala.
Ooh, Cavern of Souls got so hard to add mana with on
Yeah.
Magic Online.
I'll pass.
And Sep,
Ooh,
that's good. And Sep, I'm going to brainstorm.
storm your brain.
I will draw brains. I'm going to put these two back like that. Then, still on your end step, I'm
Whoa.
going to Ponify Selvala.
Oh.
She costs 2 more.
And then I would like to move to my untap step.
Yes.
Okay, I would like to untap. I am going to flip a coin for Mana Crypt. Spike is going to be damage.
Oh, no damage.
Damage.
Must.
Rigged.
Now I will draw a card for my turn. And play this forest. Then I'm going to ponder.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to look at the top 3. I'm going to shuffle. I will draw a card. Then I'm going to cast...
You have 3 opponents.
I know.
Mm.
1, 2, 3. I'm going to cast Voyaging Satyr,
Yep.
and I'll pass the turn.
That could untap your Mana Crypt. That can't tap
untap.
for mana.
It cannot
It's target land.
I don't know what Voyaging Satyr does.
Not that.
It's not Kiyora's fault. It'd be cool.
I'm gonna keep drawing artifacts. Ooh. So I'm gonna pass the turn.
Ooh.
Exciting stuff.
Nice. I'm going to untap and draw a card for my turn. Mine's not an artifact. Spoilers. I'm going to play this Swamp Mountain. Oh.
That's just a bad land.
It is just a Badlands.
It is a bad land.
It is bad.
Wow,
land.
don't talk to me. I'm going to add a black and a red and cast Grenzo. Ooh, disrespect. Cast
Grenzo
Grenzo
disrespect.
Dungeon Warden X equals 0.
Sure.
You got it.
And then I'm going to add a black with this Ancient Tomb and cast Blood Pet.
You got it.
And I'd like to pass the turn.
I'm gonna untap my permanents.
Cards are
And
gross.
my
Yeah. Look at it.
It's a thrall. What did you want?
not a throw.
You should see the 7th version. It's
I know. I have the 7.
it's not nicer.
No.
That's unfortunate. I'm going to play a forest, and I'm going to cast Green Sun Zenith X equals 0.
Ooh.
I wonder what he's getting.
Okay, so off of the Green Sun Zenith, which I have shuffled into my library as part of the resolution of the spell, I'm going to find Dryad Arbor.
Big surprise.
And then, yeah, you know what? I'm going to move to combat. I'm going to attack James for 3.
Yeah,
Or
that's
36.
correct.
James to 36.
Ook.
And then I'm just going to pass the turn.
Okay. I'll untap. I'm going to flip for Mana Crypt. Spike is damage.
Went on a journey there, but
Are these
no
fair,
damage.
do you think?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay. I'll draw a card. I'm going to play a City of Brass.
Still 3.
Still 3.
Still 3 opponents.
Still 3 opponents. I don't know what alliance card. What is it called?
What is
Join
Join
forces?
Can you read Grenzo?
I can. Grenzo, Dungeon Warden, X, Black, Red, Legendary Creature, Goblin, Rogue. Grenzo, Dungeon Warden, enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. 2, put the bottom card of your library into your graveyard. If it's a creature card with power less than or equal to Grenzo's power, put it
Okay,
onto
yeah,
the
that's good
battlefield.
enough. I'm going to cast Scavenging Ooze.
Oof! My graveyard.
I'm going to pass the turn.
That's pretty good.
That
Alright.
ain't bad.
I'm gonna draw this card.
It isn't good
It
for
isn't.
me.
I'm gonna pass the turn.
All right, very good.
Artifacts galore.
I'm going to draw for my turn and hopefully draw Lightning Bolt to kill Scavenging Ooze. I didn't do it. Big surprise.
Thanks for the play-by-play.
Thanks. I'm going to play this Verdant Catacombs. And I'm going to move to combat
You got it.
and attack James for 2.
Ooh. I feel like I'm drawing a lot of hate in this game.
34.
I'm going to pass the turn.
All right.
That's
I will
pretty good.
Untap my monkey and my forest. And draw a card.
Scavenging Ooze. This is good.
Yep, it does what he needs it to do.
This is a stacks deck. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
It's called
He-
Mummy or Big's Stacks Ball.
Pulled a fast one on us.
Adding a green with the Cavern of Souls ability. I'm going to recast Selvala. Uncounterable.
Mhm.
And I will pass the turn.
I cannot counter it even if I wanted to. Mostly because I'm black-red, but
I'm going to untap. And we'll flip for mana crypt, spikes damage. No damage. That I don't know. Anyway. I'll play this Forbidden Orchard.
Mm.
Verboten Orchard.
Dorps be Warner.
I'm going to cast Wall of Roots. And I will pass the turn.
Oh.
I'm gonna pongify Selvala.
Oh man!
Gotta do something.
You get a second ape,
Get a
sir.
second eight.
That's really funny.
There, I have 2 of those.
Alright.
Ook.
Ook, ook.
Pass the turn.
Oh my goodness. At the end of Jan's turn, I'm going to crack this Verdant Catacombs, go to 39. I'm going to get this Blood Crypt tapped, and then move to my untap step.
Yep.
I will untap,
As per the
And-
name of the step.
draw for my turn.
As per the name of the step.
Upkeep.
Interesting.
Keep my ups.
I'm going to play this Sulphurous Springs.
Oh.
Not the hot tub art. Literally unplayable.
Yeah.
Confirmed unplayable.
Where's your hot tub?
I'm going to add a colorless and a black, and I'm going to cast Metallic Mimic.
That's good.
Its activated abilities can't be activated.
You're correct. Good thing it does not have any.
It does nothing.
Okay,
Yep.
as it enters the battlefield, I'm going to choose Goblin.
Okay.
So my goblins will do things or whatever, right? I don't know.
Enter with an additional +1/+1
got it.
counter.
Thank
got it.
You have it.
And he's got a 0/5 now?
Yeah. What do you want?
Okay, well, I'm going to move to combat,
Yep.
and I'm going to attack Jan for 1
Sure.
with Bloodbet.
You got it. Going to 38.
And
38 more turns to go.
pass the turn.
Think I can race this blood pit?
Untap. Does anybody want to pongify any more of my permanents?
I'd like to pongify one of your apes.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to.
I'll draw. Alright. I'm going to play a forest, and I'm going to reveal that I definitely am either the luckiest person in the world or cheated, because I'm going to cast Green Sun Zenith X equals 2.
I'm gonna go with
Very good.
cheated. Yeah, do it.
That's and hang on.
Uh-oh.
What is
You're gonna misstep it?
What can Jim do?
He
I
cannot
wish I
misstep
could misstep it.
What can Jim do? Off of
Off-
Bill's
no, on his
Green
next
Sun?
turn.
Oh, okay. Probably lots of things. He's got like...
Yeah, man, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, and off of the Green Sun Zenith, I'm going to get a Priest of Titania.
Ooh.
And I guess what we're going to do now is move to combat with these apes.
Yep.
Attack Jim for 6.
Okay,
Whoa.
I'll block one.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Take 3,
31.
Go to 31.
Can anybody deal 2 damage to the Wall of Roots? Please.
No.
Nope, but I will pass the turn.
Okay. Okay, I will untap. spikes damage on this mana crypt trigger.
Hey!
Go to 28.
28. I don't know why I'm going. Hey. Yes, damage.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Hit me.
Record. Polluted Delta. And I believe that I will put a -0, -1 counter on all of roots to make a green.
Mm-hmm.
I will tap my forest for a green, untap it, so I have 2 green floating, along with a blue and a green, that's 4 mana, and Tropical Island. And that's 5 for Momir Vig. Simic Visionary.
I will attempt to Arcane Denial.
Ooh.
No.
Not in my house.
I have a response. I'm going to crack this Polluted Delta and go to 27. Okay, I'm going to get an island. And I think I'm just going to pass priority on Arcane Denial.
Alrighty.
So Momir Vig is countered, goes back to the command zone.
You guys have some
It'll
triggers.
cost 2 more to cast next time. I'm just going to pass the turn.
Alright. Untap, upkeep.
I'll draw 2.
I draw 1.
You can draw up to 2.
Up to 2.
Yes.
You don't have to.
2 is up to 2.
And I'll draw another card.
Up to and including.
Oh.
Got some more artifacts?
I do. I have a ton of artifacts.
At least yours aren't dealing damage to you.
Yeah.
Oh, this is alright. I'm gonna do a classic.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
No gamble, no
Gamble.
future.
Yeah.
Alright, I have gambled all of my futures, and I'm leaving them in Elliot's capable hands.
Ooh, that's a mistake.
As we say.
This one. Yeah.
Oh!
No.
I doubt it.
Not
I
under-
doubt it
not
with a
under-
null rod in play.
I mean,
Two
it still
hands.
gains life.
Still,
It does.
it still
It does.
gains
It would
life.
It was an Aetherflux Reservoir. We'd probably put that here, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this ancient tomb that I may or may
That's
not
what
have
you
gambled
gambled
for. And I'm gonna cast a Spell Seeker.
Oh, are you taking 2 off this
I'm
ancient
gonna
tomb?
take 2 off this ancient tomb.
You could tap it for a black if you
You could
wanted
tap
to.
it for a black if you want it.
I got Jan at 36.
I got Jan
Yep.
at 36 as
Jan
well.
is
Yeah.
at 36 on mine.
I have no effects to Spellseeker.
No effects.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
So I'm gonna get this Shattering Spree
Oh.
and put it into my hand.
You got
That
it, dude.
kills a null rod if I've ever seen a
Pass
thing
my
that kills a
turn.
null
I'm on
rod.
other things.
You know what? I'm gonna pay 2
Oh
and
my
activate
goodness.
Grenzo Dungeon Warden in Jan's end step.
Wow, Jan, you should have gambled for a thing.
Sure.
Yeah. I have no effects to
Okay, I'm going to put the bottom card of my library into my graveyard.
Hey, Elliot. What card did you put into your graveyard?
Nope.
Hey, Elliot.
No, they can see it. I put
It's over here.
I put it up on the screen.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna draw for my turn.
He just removed all possibility. Oh, that's really funny.
I don't think it's that funny, actually.
No,
I
it's
think it's
super
pretty
funny.
good.
Yeah.
It's like
That's pretty powerful.
it's the best thing that's happened today.
Okay, well, yeah, life is just a well of
Suffering.
sadness, you know. I'm gonna move to combat, and I'm going to attack Jan with this Grenzo Dungeon Warden.
Sure thing. I'll go to 34.
I got Jan at 33, actually, because it's Grenzo's 3 damage?
Nope,
No,
he's a
2
2-2.
34.
And I'm gonna pass the turn.
Alright, I'm going to untap my permanents here. I'm going to move them slightly over. And draw a card. Alright, we're going to run it back. That's what we're going to do today. This taps
cast
for 2.
Green Sun Zenith again, Bill. I am walking out of the studio.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, because there are no other elves, right? That's a wall. Okay.
It's a green wizard.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cast Selvala, uncounterable.
Yes, sir.
Then with that, I'm going to move to combat and attack. Oh yeah, thank you. Attack Jan for 6.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay, yeah.
28?
Go to 28.
And I will pass the turn.
On your end step, Pongify. No, I'm not. I'm not tapping.
Yeah.
Please do.
I'm just
Flip
gonna
for damage.
cut that so I don't look like an idiot.
Oh,
Spikes damage.
Hey.
Damage.
Go to 24. Wow, Bill's still at 40.
Boom,
I'll
boom.
draw a card for my turn.
I have apes.
I've got apes.
Nope.
They're multiplying.
We're gonna get copyright claim now.
Yeah.
Good.
That was the end of the spike feeders.
We're gonna get demonetized.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to. Okay, let's make some mana first. I'm
Okay.
gonna make a green mana
With your
with my wall of roots. So I have one green floating. I'm going to tap my tropical island for blue. Then I'm going to untap it and tap it for green. So I have green, green, blue floating.
yes.
Then I'm going to tap 4 more mana, sorry, and take a damage off City Brass. I'm going to go to 23. I might actually not be at 23. We noticed this while I was fetching. I might have missed a damage or two, so we'll correct this in post.
If
Hopefully,
need be.
hopefully
Yeah.
it won't come into play.
Hopefully this will though.
Yeah, hopefully this will come into play. I'm going to cast Momir Vig with all of the mana in my mana pool.
No thanks.
I would like to cast
Oh my goodness.
Red Elemental Blast to counter target blue spell targeting Momir Vig, Simic Visionary.
Huh.
Hopefully.
From the Rakdos deck.
You know, I
From
can't
down-
use
From
it.
the top row.
I can't use it to kill this Scavengers, so.
Yeah, that's okay.
Alrighty.
Now it's going to cost me 1,000,000 mana to cast it again.
Yep.
Dude,
I will pass the turn.
now you know how I feel.
Shut up.
At least I have apes.
Yeah, I know. Now my wall of roots doesn't block your apes anymore.
Well, what are we doing if we're not going for it?
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna take 2. Go 26.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna add a red, and I'm gonna cast Pyretic Ritual.
Whoa. Okay. He's going for it.
Yep.
Okay. I have 3 red floating
3 red and a colorless.
and a colorless.
Those are the same color.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. I got this. I'm gonna spend 1 red. I'm gonna cast Shattering Spree, and I'm gonna replicate it once.
Okay,
Oh,
choose
yeah,
targets.
target Null Rod and Metallic Mimic.
Metallic Mimic.
Whoa.
What a rude man.
I have no effects though. Or I guess Elliot's already.
Yep, I have no effects.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no effects.
No
Metallic Mimic down.
Null rod down.
Now it's party time.
Now I'm gonna cast
Excellent.
Fellwar Stone.
Ah. An artifact.
There we go. Which mana did you use for that?
Soul Ring.
Oh, right. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not paying attention.
I have 7 mana. It's so nice. Yeah, so I'm gonna use the red, the colorless, and a blue, and I'm gonna flashback Faithless Looting.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna discard Mental Misstep and Intuition.
Oh.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Intuition.
Intuition.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm just gonna pass the turn.
Okay, at the end of your turn, I'm gonna spin this wheel a couple more times. I'm gonna pay 2 to activate Grenzo, Dungeon Warden.
This one's Fire Covenant.
Yeah, he wants
Yeah.
to bottom his Fire Covenant too, so.
So I'm gonna put this card into the graveyard. It is a command tower.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna add a black off the Ancient Tomb and a colorless and activate it again. Hiya! A basic swamp. Then I'm gonna untap. And draw for my turn. Oh, that's a really good card.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. I'm going to take 2 off of this Ancient Tomb. So I'll go to 37. Wow, that's the first time I've paid life into this Ancient Tomb.
Yeah.
And add a red with the mountain, obviously. And cast Priest of Urabrask.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when it enters, I'm going to make 3 red. I'm going to use 1 of this red to crack this chromatic star and add a black and draw a card.
Turned his Chromatic Star online.
You foolish fool.
Disaster.
I'm going to use another one of the red. So I have a red and a black floating. And I'm going to cast Tell Jalad Stylus.
Yeah.
Do it.
Does it put on top?
No,
It's on the
yeah,
bottom.
put
Okay.
target
on the
permanent
bottom.
you
Target
own.
permanent I own on the bottom of my library.
Okay.
That's pretty
And then I'm going to use my 2 floating mana to activate Grenzo, Dungeon Warden.
Excitement.
Okay. Are you going to respond by putting a permanent you control on?
You
Oh!
can put the priest
I'm
against
not.
under there.
Oh.
I'm going to reveal, Skirk Prospector.
Oh.
So trigger to put it onto the battlefield.
Sure.
I'm going to put a Skirk Prospector onto the battlefield.
Is that how that works? Oh yeah, it is 2 different.
Yeah.
But it doesn't trigger though. It's still part of the resolution of the ability.
Oh, it is.
It's 2 different statements. So it would be like if there was a rest in peace in play, then it would get exiled instead.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can actually respond.
If it's a future card, no, you can't.
Yeah.
You can respond to the ability, but
Yeah.
the creature's not in the graveyard by the time I have the ability to scavenge and use it.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Sorry, but yeah, just realized that.
Okay.
Okay, well, I have some effects then.
Yeah.
I'm going to play this Lake of the Dead,
Uh-oh.
sacrificing this mountain as a swamp because of
that's
herb
nice.
work.
Yep.
It's Get Rog all over again.
Is it ever?
Draw a card.
I would like to add a red with this Blood Crypt. Who knows? I might need that. And then I'm going to tap my Lake of the Dead, sacrificing the Blood Crypt as a swamp to add 4 black.
Yep.
I would like to use 1 black to cast Culling the Weak. Did this get errated to as an additional cost?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I would like to sacrifice Priest of Urabrask as an additional cost and attempt to add 4 black mana to my mana pool.
Yep. I have no effects to any of this.
You have 3 black and 1 red floating right now?
3 black, 1 red currently, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So Elliot has 7 black and 1 red.
Okay, I would like to use 3 black and cast Doomsday.
Still have no effects to any of this.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have 4 black and 1 red floating?
Yes.
Jan, you can have a spirit, and I'm going to negate the Doomsday.
Dang it.
Oh.
Yep, that happens.
This is going to be my 1/1 spirit. It doesn't fly.
It's also colorless.
It's also colorless, but these ones look cool.
I think the white and the black cancel each other out, actually.
That's actually, yeah.
I would like to use 2 black mana to activate Grenzo Dungeon Warden.
The backup
I would like to put Desperate Ritual in my graveyard and use 2 black mana to activate Grenzo Dungeon Warden, put City of Brass, and use that red and this black from Earl to activate Grenzo Dungeon Warden, and put Diabolic Intent in my graveyard. And pass the turn.
Okay, on Tapu. And draw a card. Alright, so I'm going to kick this off with an exciting prospect. I'm actually going to tap the Dryad Arbor for
Like a
this.
Skirk prospect.
I'm going to cast Concordant Crossroads.
Whoa.
All creatures have haste.
Yeah, this is bad.
Yep.
I'm going to respond.
Yeah, you got it.
I'm going to add a blue and 3 colorless and cast Anticipate.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So 2 colorless, so I'm going to look at top 3.
That one.
Carry on.
Carry on, he says.
Carrion.
Okay.
Okay.
You got a Concordant Crossroads.
Concordant Crossroads is in play. I'm going to tap this Priest of Titania for 2. Still.
3.
3?
Yeah.
Aha! She's an elf.
Oh.
And I'm going to, with a green floating, cast a Lupine Prototype.
Yep.
Bill has 1 green floating.
And a Lupine Prototype.
And a Lupine Prototype.
Okay, that has haste.
It does have haste.
And can't attack or block unless a player has no cards in hand.
Hey man, sometimes. Yeah, I'm going to, in my main phase still, cast Might of Old Croza, targeting Lupine Prototype, to attempt to give it +4/+4 until end of turn.
Sure.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay. With the... actually, I have
You have a green floating.
but yeah, with the green, I have floating still. I'm going to tap Selva to add 9 mana.
Sure. What
9 green.
9 green.
Okay.
Then I'm going to use 4 of it to cast Temur Sabertooth.
Oh no.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use 2 of the mana I have floating to bounce Selvala back to my hand. Then using 3 recast Selvala.
You have 0 mana floating.
Using 1, I'm going to activate her for 9. So 9, go to 7 to return her, go to 4 to play her again.
3
to activate her. So I'm going to
So
make
you have-
infinite green
you have
mana.
infinite green
Okay.
mana.
Cool.
Yep, I have no effects to any of that.
Yep.
I'm going to cast Tooth and Nail Entwined.
Oh, very good.
Okay.
Alright, so off of the Tooth and Nail, I'm going to put Great Oak Guardian and Craterhoof Behemoth into play.
Well, into
they go
your
to your
hand
hand
and...
and-
Well, no, I'm totally resolving it. I've tutored 2 creatures that might not be these,
Oh,
and I'm putting
fair.
these into play.
Well, actually,
You have to reveal them.
prove that you.
Oh,
tutored
okay.
2
I'm going to
creatures.
reveal Great Oak Guardian and
There you
Craterhoof
go, okay.
Behemoth, and then put them
Just
into play.
keeping them honest. Doing the old Anderson Cooper.
Yeah.
So I'm going to untap all my creatures with the Great Oak Guardian trigger, and then Craterhoof Behemoth is going to give them plus something. I'm going to bounce it back to my hand and recast it 100,000 times
Okay.
to give my creatures plus a lot and
Cool.
then attack you guys.
How much are you attacking for?
What's Graham's number?
I just need to check to see if it's higher than my life total, which is currently 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, I'm
attacking
at
you
37. So.
I'm attacking
I'm
you
gonna
for-
flash in this ghostly prison.
approximately a Googleplex.
Okay. Who are you declaring as attackers?
I'm declaring... Oh, not Lupine Prototype.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Bill wins.
Bill wins.
Bill wins.
Yeah, we did it.
I just want to say I'm
Alright.
so sad right now because I have a Flusterstorm in my hand, but I only had 1 colored mana to counter one thing. I had the negate and the Flusterstorm.
It's okay. I discarded this mental misstep
Ooh.
to keep the anticipate because I needed to dig for something.
But like, would Mental Mystic have done much?
Concordant
Crossroads.
I still might have been able to... I don't even know.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
No,
That's fine. The Concordant Crossroads would have been a gift for me though if Bill had like fizzled there.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had Wirewood Symbiote, Kiora's Follower, Somber Walled Sage,
Wow.
and Quirion Ranger along with the Flusterstorm, so that was a lot of mana.
So the thing that I ended my last turn with anticipate, Ice-Crown Scepter, and Grape Shot in my hand, and
Ooh.
I cast 5 spells, so I could have killed
Selvala and Grenzo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it was like,
Yeah.
then I can't actually win the game on my turn if I win my turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough. Yeah.
Yeah. So-
Yeah.
That was a pretty good game, though, I think.
Yeah, that was
It
good.
was a pretty good
That was
game.
I liked it.
I liked it.
At least everybody got to do some kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it was a little bit more, maybe a little bit more balanced than the first time we played all of these decks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, not necessarily the last time we're going to play.
Oh,
it,
no, for sure,
right?
for sure. I really like this deck.
Yeah.
That Null Rod, though.
That was awesome.
beating
Ask
thing,
me,
yeah.
ask me how awesome it is to cast a turn 1 Mystic Remora into turn 2 Null
Null
Rod
Rod.
after everybody drops their rocks.
How good is that
Oh
question?
my god, it's so good.
James
so
is,
good.
is that guy with the bumper sticker. Ask me about my null rod plays.
It's a bumper sticker that's
So-
this long for that question.
I realized my turn 1 play would have been slightly different if you had been playing not Momirvig, or if you had led on like City of Brass or something. Because I had the Felwar Stone, which I would have cast into the Faithless Looting turn 1. But since you didn't, and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to play this Mana Crypt. Or this...
Yeah. I had like a pretty stacksy hand to start. I didn't have a hack. I didn't see a hack the whole game, which was unfortunate. I actually don't know. I haven't checked. Does this list play Spellseeker? I don't know. It seems like it could be a good.
It's like should, for sure.
Yeah, because you can
You
Momir
can
Vig
just
it,
find
and then
hacks, yeah.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't really help you cast or draw the hack, right? Well, no,
Right.
you draw a card, but you don't search for a creature when you cast it. It's fine, but
Yeah,
it's still good,
It's
right?
like,
It's
it's
still
like fine.
good
You get the
card.
1/2
Yeah.
of the hack.
Still
of
totally
the
worth it.
Momir Vig effect.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bill
that's
casting Selvala for the 4th time, I guess, was the lucky
That's the
number.
I ran out of
Uncounterable each
Pong of
time.
Flags.
No.
Yeah, I was sitting here awkwardly thinking Scavenging Ooze stopped my Grenzo.
Yeah,
And,
we only realized that about halfway through this game, so yeah.
But like, you had the negate for the Doomsday anyway, right? So it
And-
probably didn't matter.
Yeah, and I had the Flusterstorm too. Stormcount was at
yeah.
like 4 or 5, but I think you had enough mana to pay for it at that point, which is why I negated.
If he had tapped out, but then I don't think he has.
He wouldn't have tapped out. He had like 5 mana to crack his pile, and
No, but if he had
Oh,
Flusterstorm,
yeah.
he needs to tap out to count to pay for all the Flusterstorms, and then I don't think he has enough mana to.
Right.
to
yeah.
crack his
to crack
Doomsday
his-
pile,
yeah.
which
Exactly,
buys us
start.
a turn,
Yeah.
and then Bill probably would have won anyway. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, do we want to talk about opening hands?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll actually start because mine's not exciting. I kept 6 lands, Demonic Tutor, because the lands were specifically Ancient Tomb, Urborg, Lake of the Dead, and a mountain. So I was like, I think this hand is actually good enough.
Yeah.
I think
It
it's one of those
almost
rare
was.
cases, and because it had the Doomsday, or it had the Demonic Tutor to find the Doomsday, and it had plenty of mana to cast it and then crack my pile, so I went for it.
Yeah.
My opener I kept was Faithless Looting, Fellwar Stone, Polluted Delta, Spellseeker, Island, Soul Ring, Grim Monolith.
That's a quick dramatic set.
And my draws were dramatic, or my draws were Icecrown Scepter, Aetherflux Reservoir.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah.
My opening hand was pretty good. It was better than the opening hand I kept in the first time that this game was played, or this deck was played, rather. It was Forest, Cavern of Souls, Elvish Mystic, Temur Sabertooth, Concordant Crossroads, Might of Old Croza, and Tooth and Nail.
Yeah, that's really
Wow.
good.
So
Yeah.
it was the ability to
Yeah.
cast all of my things or all my creatures uncounterable, and then hopefully draw into something. Hopefully, I was drawing into enough lands, thankfully, to keep recasting the Zavala. I was hoping not to do that, but
The cool part too
And
with
Great
that
Sun
hand,
Zenith twice.
but the cool part about that hand too is that if your first Zavala gets handled like it did, you could like theoretically just roll out the Concordant Crossroads.
Yeah,
I
before
mean,
the
it benefits me a lot, so that might not be the right play. Depending on
like
what
it
the
doesn't
cost
affect
is.
Jan at all.
But it gives you something to do at least before the next Zavala, or you can cast you can save up like an extra mana to
Yeah.
cast your Zavala and then Concordant Crossroads right away.
That was something that I was considering doing, but
Yeah.
I didn't have the extra 1 mana.
Yeah.
I had, because I would need 1 to cast it and 1 to activate Solvala.
Mm-hmm.
So on, I think, the last turn that I cast Solvala, I still had the Dryad Arbor up. So I could have, and it didn't have Summoning Sickness this time.
Yeah.
So I could have cast it, but then I wouldn't have been able to activate Solvala, so it would have
Yeah.
not really done
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like my hand was pretty nuts, as you guys saw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no kidding.
But my hand was Verdant Catacombs, Forbidden Orchard, Voyaging Satyr, Mystic Remora, Null Rod, Wirewood Symbiote, and Mana Crypt.
Wow.
So I mean, it's an obvious keep. Obviously, there's no hack here, and there's no like real direct line to a hack, which is why the game didn't end very quickly after I cast this Null Rod.
Yeah.
Because I had like enough mana, basically. But I mean, I think that's a keep most times, right?
The Mystic Remora could have easily drawn you into a
Yeah,
hack
that's the
too,
thing,
right?
right?
Yeah.
You know, the only thing that I might have done differently, and Elliot and I talked about this during the first fetch, I think, was or the second fetch, was that it might have been correct to pay for the Mystic Remora on the first turn. I didn't actually need it. What I ended up holding up mana for, because I drew off of the first 2 Mystic Remora draws, I drew a Brainstorm and a Ponder. So I'm like, you know what? If I end step Brainstorm and then main phase Ponder, it lets me shuffle a card away that I really don't want in my hand, and draws me a couple cards. So, you know, it left me up a mana for a counterspell that I drew too, but I don't remember what it was. But anyway, it's I had like good reasons to leave the mana up,
Yeah.
but
I would also say this hand is bonkers, because the
Yeah,
Mystic
that's
Remora, especially retrospectively, it counted as 3 cards.
Right.
It was just 3 additional cards. So
yeah, just start with an
I thought-
hand of 9 cards.
yeah, always keep Ancestral Recall.
I thought we left the world of Jim turn 1 Mystic Remora going first in season 2, but apparently not.
evidently
It's followed
not.
us in season
Spoiler
3.
alert, you will never leave that behind. Yeah. So anyway, that was a great game. I thought it was
good. It was
like,
really
like
good.
we said, better than the first time we played
Much
these decks
better.
for sure.
I think all of these decks were able to showcase at least something that they were able to do. So I think that was just a much better showing of what they're capable of, rather than what they were the first
How
time.
they
Yeah.
flopped gracelessly.
And you know, hey, it's a great way to start off season 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah. With that, well, we'll see you guys next week. Next Thursday. Keep an eye out. Season 3, episode 2. Hey, thanks for checking out the Spike Feeders on YouTube. If you like this content and you want to see more, make sure you click subscribe. If you love this content, click on the link to our Patreon. Every dollar helps us create more videos like this.